if I take, okay, int x is equal to 10, guys. Okay. If I take int x is equal to 10, tell me here, int means what type, guys? Int represents what, guys, here? Tell me, int represents what?
Integer.
Int represents data type. Okay. Int represents what? Data type. Okay.
Right.
Here x represents what?
Variable.
It represents variable name, right? Variable name or identifier. Already we discussed, right? Identifier name, right? Identifier name. Here 10 represents what, guys? 10 represents
Value.
what?
Variable value.
Constant value.
Value.
Okay. Which we assigning to variable. So this one you use it to call as literal, guys. Okay. We use it to call as what? Literal. Understand, guys? Okay. So already we completely understood the data type. The first part is completed, right? The data type is completed. Okay. So now we have variable name, variables, and literal, right? So we need to discuss variable and literal. So the first part is completely completed. So hope you people all are understand what is the data type means. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if someone will ask what is the data type means, what you guys will tell? Come on, tell me. Anyone? So you don't need to explain definitions, guys. Okay. If you explain definitions means people will think these guys coming from Amirpet. Okay. So if you explain the theoretical way, so what you understand the variable means. Okay. If you explain in that way, the people will think, yeah, he's a working guy. He has some experience. So like that people will think. Okay. Don't buttify the definitions actually. Come on, tell me. What is the data type means? What you guys will tell? Anyone? So already we understood,
It is
right? We
easy to
explained a
define
lot
the
of 2 hours
variable.
plus. Sorry, someone is saying. Shankar
Easy to
Saya.
define the variable type.
It should. What it is?
Data type is nothing but use it to define some variable
Mm-hmm.
of which it is, which
Hmm.
type is it.
Yeah. Nice.
So which value should a variable can hold.
Yeah. Correct. Good. Okay. So you have to define, guys. Already we discussed, right? Lot of the things. Okay. You have to explain. Okay. So in front of interviewer. Don't tell any buttified answers like, okay. So I think there is some bookish definitions we have, right? Okay. Don't tell that. So variable means we have to clearly explain. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
just we have to tell. So I mean already explained, right? Okay. It is definition of the variable. Define the type of the variable. Okay. So the value what we are going to assign to the variable. Okay. So that value, what type of value we have to define. Okay. To define that, we are going to use data types. Okay. So data types means we have a lot of data types. Primitive data types we have. Okay. Byte, short, char, like that. We have to explain each and everything. Okay. Nice. Now coming to literals, guys. Okay, we will see the first, I mean the last part is literal. Once we completed literal, we will go for variable. Okay. In variable, we have different types, right? We will see all the types and all. What is the instance variable? What is the static variable? What are the local variables? Okay. What are the primitive variables? What are the reference variables? We will see everything. Okay. So before that, first of all, we will focus on literal, guys. Okay. Literals. Okay. Hmm. Literals. Someone tell me, literals means what? Any constant value which can be assigned to variable is called literal. Understand? Any constant value which can be assigned to variable. That is called what? Literal. Okay, here what is the literal value? What is the literal value? In x is equal to 10.
10.
Here what is the
10.
literal value? 10.
10.
10, right? Yeah. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Literals.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, any constant value which can be which can be assigned to
Variable.
variable. is called literal, guys. Okay, it's called literals. Here, example, int x is equal to someone taking 10. So what is the literal value here? 10 is the literal value. Okay, 10 is the constant value or literal value. Okay, constant or literal value. So here, how many types of literal values we have? How many types of literal values we have, guys? Come on, just imagine, tell me. How many types of literals we can assign to variable?
Four types:
Tell me what are those?
integer, character,
Hmm.
decimal values,
Hmm.
string,
Hmm.
string type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So integral means only, do you see here integral values we can assign. Okay. 10. Okay. So I mean all the numeric types. Okay. So integral values we can assign, and floating point values we can assign, right? Okay. And Boolean, true or false. Okay. So these values we can assign. Next, string type. Okay. String type values we can assign. Understand? So these are the actual literal values. Okay. So now for integral literals, we will see integral literals. Okay, guys? Integral literals. See why I'm explaining all this, So these are very, very important. Okay. And sometime, I mean, if you go to any organizations, people will conduct written test, guys. I don't know whether nowadays people will conduct or not. Yes, of course, people will conduct written test. Okay. In the written test, they will ask all these things. Okay? They will test how is your fundamental of in Java. Okay. Right. So now, tell me, integral literals. So for integral data types, what are the integral data types, guys? Byte, short, int, long.
Long.
These are what? Integral data types. Okay. For the integral data types, we can specify literal values. Okay. So how many ways we can specify literal values? We will see, guys. Okay. So for integral data types, okay. For integral data types, okay. Integral data types means what? Byte, short, int, long, right? For integral data types, we can specify, okay, the literal value, okay, literal values in the following way. Okay, the first one is first one. The first one is decimal literal. Okay, so the decimal literal. For the decimal literal, base is 10, guys. Base is 10. Okay, what are the decimal literals? Okay, for the decimal literals, allowed digits are, okay, allowed digits are 0 to 9, guys. 0 to 9. Okay, allowed digits are 0 to 9. What are the example? Int x is equal to 10. What is here? This is what? Integral literal. 10 we are assigning to x. Okay. Here, so what is the, you see here, allowed digits are what? 0 to 9, right? Here, 1 and 0. Okay. So here 0 also within the range of 0 to 9. 1 also within the range of 0 to 9. Understand, guys? Int x is equal to 10. Understand? So what is the x value here? 10. This is what decimal literal representation. Decimal literal representation. Okay. Now we have other way also to define, guys, for integral literals. What is the other way? Other way of defining octal? Okay, guys, octal literal. Octal literals. For octal literal, base is equal to 8, guys. Okay, for octal literal, base is equal to 8. Here, the literal value should be, okay, prefixed with, should be prefixed with 0, guys, not O, okay, 0. And allowed, okay, digits are, allowed digits are, how many? 0 to 7, guys. 0 to 7. Okay, understand? Literal means you understood, right? What is the literal? Literal means what? The value what we are assigning to variable. So that is the literal. Okay, now we are discussing about integral literals. So in the integral literal representation, how many ways we can represent integral literals? That's what we are discussing. The first is what? Decimal literal. Okay, the decimal literal means the normal value. Okay, the regularly we are assigning a value, right? Integral value and this long type values, all these things comes under, okay, decimal literals, guys. Okay, so there is a other way to define, that is what? Octal literal. Okay, there are three ways to define. One is decimal literal, second one is octal literal, the third one is hexadecimal literal. Okay, so we will see one by one. The first one we already discussed. What is decimal literal? Decimal literal means the normal way. Okay, so regularly we are seeing, right? So that is the decimal literal. Int x is equal to 10. Okay, here allowed digits are what? 0 to 9. Okay, so this is means what? Decimal literal. The next one is octal literal. That is what? Base 8. So the literal value, okay, come on, tell me that. Should be prefixed with 0 and allowed digits are 0 to 7, guys. Okay, so what is the example for that octal literal? Example, if I take, okay, let's suppose 0 1 0. Okay, let me take int x is equal to, okay, 0 1 0. Okay, if I take this one, what it is, guys? What it is? Octal literal. Octal literal. Okay, 0 1 0. Okay, this is what? Octal literal. So for the octal literal, okay, always it should start with 0, guys. Okay, 0 1 0. See, literal value should be prefixed with 0 and allowed digits are 0 to 7. Understand? Now, if I add 8 here, okay, 0 1 8. Okay, if you add here, what we will get? What we will get? We will get compile time error, guys. Understand? Because what are the allowed digits are here? 0 to 7. So that's what you should not enter. Okay, above the range. Okay, you have to enter up to 0 to 7 characters only. So the value, okay, the letter value, if any value started with 0 means that is what? Octal representation. Octal representation always we should have to keep 0 to 7 digits. Okay, we should not add more than that. Understand, guys? So that's what, okay, this is what octal representation. Okay, understand everyone? Octal representation means always it start with 0, prefixed with 0 value. Okay, so we will see, guys. Okay, so the next one is what? Hexadecimal. The next one is what? Hexadecimal literal. For hexadecimal literal, so what is the base?
16.
16, guys. What is the base? 16. If you see, if you print, I think the people who knows Java already, if you print Java dot, object value, okay, or else toString method, okay. If you see the toString method, okay, so the toString method means what? Just you want to represent, you want to print the object, just you have created one student class, guys. Okay, student class you have created. After that, you created object of that student class by using new operator. Okay, you want to see that, you want to print that object. The system.out.println of that object, if you want to print, you will see, okay, some output, guys. Okay, some value at the rate, as code, like that you will see. Understand? So what is that value? That is hexadecimal notation value, guys. Okay. So who has written that object class? Java people has written that object class. Don't worry, we will see. Okay, all those things we will see. Just I'm telling you. Okay, now hexadecimal literal. What is the base? 16, guys. What are the allowed digits, guys? What are the allowed digits for hexadecimal? Hmm?
Zero.
Sorry, 0 to
Yes.
0 to 9. Okay, 0
A
to
to
9.
A to
Hmm.
F.
A to
A
F.
to F.
Small a to
F.
Next one, or capital A to F also.
F.
Okay, so we can use, guys, both lowercase and uppercase also we can use. Okay, understand? So here the literal value automatically. Yeah, here. Literal value, okay, should be, come on, should be prefixed with, should be prefixed with what? 0x or 0 capital X. Understand, guys? The octal value, the letter value always should be prefixed with 0. Okay. Now coming to hexadecimal, the literal value always it should be prefixed with 0x or, okay, small 0x or capital 0x. Understand, guys? For example, if I'm taking int, okay, something called x is equal to 0x10. This is what hexadecimal formation, guys. Okay, hexadecimal literal value representation. Okay, so now we will see example, guys. We will complete all these things very fastly, guys. Okay, no need to spend much time right here. So we have a lot of other topics, very important topics. So we will spend good amount over there. Okay. So other topics we have hooks, constructors, and a lot of other topics are there, right? Important topics. So we will spend a lot of time over there because these are what literals and assignments, right? So no need to spend much time. Hope you understand, right? So now, training, right? No, I think we do. Eclipse ID. Okay. Can you see my Eclipse ID window, guys? Everyone? Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So now let me create new one, guys. New project. How to create new project, guys? Here also you can create. Either you can create here also, right? Anyway, Java project name what I'm doing, literals demo, like that. Okay. So Java SE11. Okay. The next one, what I need to do, literal demo. Okay, that is the what project name. So here JRE Java SE11. Okay, no need to change anything, right? Now let me click on next. So here by default SRC. Okay. So all the dot class will get where under bin, right? Let me create here. Direct package also we can create. We created here, right? Later on demo. Okay. Laterals demo created, guys. Okay. So now here I'm adding what I need to add. Come on, tell me. After that, what we need to add, guys? Class, right? Yeah.
Class,
If you click on class, here what it is?
class
Control
name.
demo SRC package by default I'm using. Okay. We will see the package statement when we discuss actual original packages, but as of now I'm keeping only default. Now here, just name. What would be the name?
Literal demo.
Okay, just literal demo. Demonstrate. Okay. So interface, just I want to put main method also. Here I'm clicking, guys, public static void main. Automatically it will add the main method. Okay. Let me click on finish. So now we have class created, lateral demonstrate, and public static void main method also we have. Okay. Here, just I want to take int. Okay. Int. Let me take literal as the value, guys. What it is? Tell me. What is literal means?
Constant.
Variable name. Okay. Literal means
Variable.
variable name. Okay. Identifier name. Okay. Here. Sys out. Okay. Just I want to print that variable name, guys. What I need to give? How to print
Literal.
variable name?
Literal.
I'm accessing that variable, guys. That's it. Okay. Understand? Here I'm accessing just that variable. Literal value. Okay. I'm assigning some value to this literal variable. Okay. Now I want to print that value in console. Okay. How can we print that value? If you call that variable, then only you can print. Understand? For this variable, for the literal variable, some value is assigned, guys. Understand? Some value is assigned. Now, the literal value holding what? Some value. Okay. Shravani, understood? For you only I am explaining. Because you don't know anything about Java, right? Here, so what is the literal value now? Shravani, can you hear me? What is the variable name? Hello? Shravani, you there? Shravani? I don't know. So what is the variable name, guys, here? Literal, right? L-I-E-R-A. Literal what now? Literal holds 10 value.
10.
Okay. The literal variable holds 10 value, right? So now in the program, if you want to see the value of literal variable means what we have to do? We have to call that literal, right? Then only you can see the value, right? So the value, what literal variable is holding, if you want to see that value, what you need to do in the program? You need to access this variable. You need to call that variable. Then only you can see, right? So that's why here what we are calling a system.out.println. I want to see this literal value. Okay. I want to see this literal value. Okay. No. No. Just compilation is completed. Just I'm executing that. What is the value I'm getting? 10. Okay. What is the value I'm getting, guys? 10. Now let me put this is what guys? This is what? Decimal literal. Okay. Decimal
Let decimal.
literal. Okay. Now int, okay, same. Literal is equal to octal value. How can we represent octal literal? Come on. Tell me.
Should be
That's what we
start with
discussed, right? It should be prefixed with 0, right?
0.
0, 1, 0. I'm putting. This is what? Octal literal. So what is the value now?
0, 10.
What would be the value, guys? Hmm? What would be the value? The output?
0, 10.
0, 10.
8, sir.
8.
8.
Who is that? Swapna, na? Sweta, na? Sweta. Right? Sweta, you are telling, right? 10. How 8? Tell me, how it is 8? Tell me, how it is 8? Yeah, you're telling correct only.
Is an
8.
octal.
Octal letter. Base
Hmm.
8.
Base 8 means 8, huh?
Yes.
Base 8 means 8, huh?
Starts with 0, no, sir.
Start with 0 then.
It's octal values. Start with 0. That's why it's showing 8.
Start with 0, that's why it is showing 8. What is the value, guys? 0, 1, 0, right? So octal means what? What is the base? What is the base? 8, right? So here see, 8 power
8 power 0.
cannot write, right? Top you can write. 8 power, the first one, 8 power 0, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 8 power 0, right? Next one,
8 power 1.
8 power 1. 8 power 1 means what?
8.
Okay. 8 power 0. Next one. Star. Next one. 8 power
1.
8 power 1. Right? What is the value now? 8 power 1 means
8.
8 power 1. Okay. 8 power 0 means what?
1.
1. Star 8 power 1 means what?
8.
8. 1 star 8. 1 into 8 means what? 8.
8.
So that is the value we will get. Understand, guys, here? Okay. That's why we are saying 8. So now we will go for here what? What is the representation? This one? Octal representation, right? Octal representation. Now we will go for the other one. Int, tell me, what is the other one? Hexadecimal, right? Literal is equal to, how can we define? 0, x, 10. That is the hexadecimal, right? Why it is not allowing now?
0, sir.
Hmm?
మీరు ఓ పెట్టారు సార్
Okay, okay, 0, right? So I put 1, right? Yeah, 0x10, right? So this is what hexadecimal. Okay. Now, if you print Java application, what is the value, guys? 16. Okay. So why 16? Because this is a base 16 format. Understand? Hello. See, just 10.
Yes, sir.
If you take 10, okay. Here 0 means what? Octal, guys. What is the value here? 10 only. 10, how can we represent? In octal form means 8. 8 power 0 star 8 power 1. So what is the value finally? 8. Okay, now this is the 10 value. 0x means what? Octal, I mean, sorry, hexadecimal representation. 10 means what? 10. How can we define in hexadecimal format for 10 value? 16 power 0
0
star
into
16
16 power
power
1.
1. This 0. This 0 for 16 power 0. Okay. This 1 means what? 16 power 1. Understand? 16 power 0 means what? 1. Star 16 power 1 means what? 16. Understand? 1 into 16 means what? 16 finally. So that's why here what is the output value, guys? Here output is output here is 8, right? Here what is the output, guys? 16. Understand? Hello?
Yeah.
Just here I'm putting commenting, guys. Okay. Commenting means what? The compiler will not consider this commented line, guys. Okay. What is the output here? 16. Okay. What is the output here? 16. Okay. Is that this one? Just write it, guys. Okay. This is output is 16, guys. Okay. So now I'm giving some examples here. Tell me. See, the people will ask like this only in written test. Okay. The people will give you int x is equal to 0 something, 078, 079. Okay. They're asking. They will ask in the 4 options. Okay. What is the output? 010 or something 10 or compilation error. Okay. Or runtime error. Like that people will ask. Okay. If you don't know anything, all these fundamentals, okay, you will keep some blender there. Okay, you will put some output over there. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, they will write some program and they will ask you guys. They will not ask directly int x is equal to 10, tell me what is the value, like that they will not ask. If they ask like that, you people will think, oh, might be something is there here. Okay, just they have written one simple program. Okay, so in the Java class they will written simple program and they will ask. In below they will give these 4 options. Okay, hope you understood now. Right now I'm giving something, guys. Okay, tell me. Now, int x is equal to, okay, int x is equal to something, 38 I'm giving. Okay, the next one, int, okay, int y equals to, okay, 0, 98 I'm giving. Okay, int z equals to, or else int x is equal to something. Okay, so 0, right, 65 I'm giving. Okay, next one, int something called z is equal to, I'm giving I'm giving like this. Okay, x is equal to let me give like this 0x left, like that I'm giving. Okay, hmm. Hmm. What do you want me to give? It's enough, right? Tell me which one is valid, which one is invalid, guys. Int x is equal to 38. Is it valid, guys?
Valid, sir.
Valid? Next one. Int y is equal to 098. Pavani, int y is equal to 098.
Invalid, sir.
Why invalid?
Octal numbers allowed 0 to 7 only, sir.
Okay. So next one. Int x is equal to 065. Tell me, is it valid?
Valid, sir.
Int z is equal to 0777. Is it valid?
Valid, sir. Valid, sir.
Int x is equal to next one 0x FACE. Is it valid?
Valid, sir.
Why it is valid?
It is a hexadecimal value, sir. 0 to 9 and A to F.
Yeah. So int c is equal to 0x BBAAD. Is it valid?
Valid, sir.
But here, if you see the small letters and capital letters also we have. Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
Valid, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm taking int z is equal to 0x. Okay. 0x a. Let me take b. Okay. Is it valid?
No, sir.
Hmm?
No, sir.
No, it is not a valid, right? Why it is not a valid?
A to F only, sir. Alphabets.
Okay. So now, let me write small example here. Okay. We will give all the values at a time, guys. Okay, now let me print. Let me remove this. I'm giving int. Okay, int. First one is what? Okay, this is left. I'm taking. Okay, is equal to something I'm giving here. Okay, and already one thing is completed. Right? Next, OCT. Let I'm giving. OCT means what? Always you start with 0, right? Octal. Next, what is other one? Hexadecimal, right?
Yeah.
X. Let I'm giving. Okay. How it should start? 0x, right? 1 0. Okay. So here this out. Control space. Just what I want to see here. Just x value. Okay. And all these values I want to see. Let me write. What is this one? This one? Decimal, right? Decimal literal. What is one? DEC declator, right? Next one, I want to print some space. Okay, want to print some space and want to make some dot here. Next one, what, guys? After that, decimal literal. Next, octal literal, right? Octal literal. Okay, for octal literal. OCT LIT, right? OCT LIT plus. Next, what we need to see? Hexadecimal, right? Comma. Okay. Octalateral value after that. Next one, what? Hexadecimal, right? Hexadecimal. Just let me. Okay. What is this? XLIT. Okay. Yeah. That's probably. Okay. Decimal literal 10, octal literal 8, hexadecimal 16. Okay. Let me put for that. Now we will see the part. I'm coverage Java application. Run as Java. See now decimal literal value 10, octal literal value 8, hexadecimal 16. So I think already we seen right how it is 8, 10, 18 and all. Okay. Guys, already we seen right?
Yeah.
Here. Where is that? First one is what? Octal means what? Base 10. Right. Okay. Sorry. Normal value base 10. Octal means what? Base 8. Base 8. Right. How it is? 10 means what? This is the 10 value. Okay. What is the base for this 10 value? You want to represent 10 value in octal form, right? Huh? What is the base? 8 here. Sorry, 8. 8, right? So how to define? First one, 10 means what? 0, right? 0 star 8 power 0. I'm writing power means bracket, guys. Otherwise, let me write here. Can we write here? No. Yeah. 8 power 0. Right. Next one.
8 power 1.
8 power 0. Okay. Yeah. Plus. Okay. Plus. Next one. What is the value? 1. 1 star.
8 power 1.
1 star.
8 power 1.
8 power 1, guys. 8 power 1. What is the value finally? This is the value, right? What is the value? 0. 8 power 0 means what? 1. 0.1 means what? 0 into 1 means what? 0, right? Plus 8 power 1 means what? 8. Okay. 1 into 8 means 8. So finally 8. What is the value here? 8. Understand, guys? Okay. So this is the octal representation. Hello. Okay. So like that, if you take for hexadecimal means same. If you want to represent 10 value for hexadecimal, how can you represent 10? Okay. Base 16. Okay. What is the value? 0 into 16 power of 0. Right? 16 power of 0. Next one plus 1 star 16 power of 1. Okay. So what is the value finally? Come on, guys.
0 plus 16.
0 plus 16. Finally, value will be 16. Okay. This is the hexadecimal representation. Now, we will see here, that's what we are getting 10, 8, and 16. Right? So now, just I have given some examples, right? Here, 0, 1, 0. If you want me to put 0, 777. I'm putting 0, 777. Okay. So here what? 0x. I'm putting FACE. Understand, guys? So now, if you see the values here, what is the values? 511, 64, 206. Okay. This is the 511. The 0777 means. Here, what is the value? 64, 206. Understand? So, like this, it will work, guys. Okay. So, something, if x is equal to 0777, okay. If the system.out.println x means, people will put 0777 as an output. Understand or not? Okay, don't put like that, guys. Okay, so let me give one more thing here. X. Okay, let one. I'm giving, and I'm putting 0x. Okay, 6, 7. What are the applicable values, guys? What are the applicable values for hexadecimal?
0 to
0
9
x.
and A to X.
0 to? Hmm?
0 to 9.
Hmm.
A to
A
X.
to F. Small A to F.
0 to 9, right?
Yeah.
Why it is saying that? Semicolon missed. Okay. So now if you see, run as Java application. What is the value now? 152. Understand, guys? What is the value now? 152 for 0x98. Okay. Yeah, I'm representing this one, xlet one, not the above one. Now, to represent the above one, you will see the something different value, 64,206. Okay. Understand how it is internally it is works? So everything I think we discussed. So, okay. Like this, it will work, guys. Okay. So no need to explain, right? Again. Okay. Now, so by default, every integral literally is int type, right? So that's what already we discussed. By default, every integral literally is what type, guys? Int type. But we can specify explicitly as a long type by suffixing with LRL. Already that's what we discussed, right, guys? What is the by default for integral type? What is the by default type, guys? Int type. Just if you assign 10 means what? 10 means what? Within the range of byte only. But by default, every integral literal, okay, is of what type, guys? Int type. Okay. So, but if you want to specify explicitly as a long type, what we need to do? We need to suffix with small l or capital L. Hello. So here, what I'm saying, so here int x is equal to, let me write some variable, guys, here. Int x is equal to 10 I'm giving. So what is the 10 value, guys, here?
Integer.
Integral value, right? So here, so 10, the value of 10, so by default, which range it is, which data type range it is, normally comes under which range it is? Byte, right? What is the range of byte? 120 minus 128 to 127, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But here 10 means what? Within the range of byte range only. Okay. But by default in Java, every integral value, what is the by default type, guys?
Integer.
Int type only. Okay. If you put byte here, then it will work. Okay. But if you put int also, it will work. Int x is equal to 10. Understand? So we will see. Okay. So later we will see, guys, how the 10 value will be assigned to int value, and we will see. Here int x is equal to 10, we are written, right? But here, just I'm writing 98765432 Okay. How many values here? 9, right? And we put 0. So what it is? It is throwing some error. What kind of error, guys, it is? What kind of error it is? Compile time error we are seeing, right? What kind of compile time error we will see here?
Out of range.
Out of range. So that's what we discussed.
Possible losses.
Possible loss of precision. Found long required int. Okay. So if you want to specify explicitly the long value, what we need to keep? If you put long here, I'm putting long, but still I'm getting the same error, right? Why? You need to put
Default.
either small l or capital L. You need to suffix with either small l or capital L, guys. Understand? If you want to define any long value, long literal value, Always we have to keep, okay, you have to suffix with small l or capital L, guys. Then only it will consider as long type. Otherwise, by default, it will consider as int type. Understand, right, everyone? So by default, every integral literal is of int type, but we can specify explicitly as a long type by suffixed with small l or capital L. Understand, everyone? Okay. Okay. So actually, there is no direct way to specify byte and sort literal explicitly, guys. Okay. So like that long type we have represented. Okay. There is no way to specify byte and sort explicitly by prefix. I mean by suffixing with b and by suffixing with s. So like that we don't have anything, guys. Okay. Whenever we are assigning integral literal to the byte variable, and if the value is within the range of byte, then compiler automatically treats it as a byte value. Understand? Already we discussed it, right? Similarly, sort literal also. Okay. So you no need to specify explicitly by suffixing with s or b, like long. Okay. So if you define the value, if it is within the range of that byte, automatically compiler will consider it as a byte type, guys. Okay. You no need to mention like by suffixing with b and s, small s. So like for long we are suffixing, right? But long type s, we have to suffix with either small l or capital L. Okay. If you want to represent the long type literal. Why by default it is considered as what? Int type. Every integral type is by default it is considered as what? Int type. Okay. Hope you guys understand. If you want, you can write it, guys. Those two points.
Can you explain the print statements?
Sorry.
In the code, can you once explain print statements?
Which one?
Print statements. Print.
This one, huh?
Yes, sir.
Who is this? Sweta, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will see. Don't worry, we will see. Okay. So after that, we will see after once compilation this first chapter, right? We will see the assignments. Okay. There we will see all the operators, concatenation operators. We have a lot of operators. Okay. This is string concatenation operator. Okay.
I mean, like when I'm printing in my laptop, some error is for that.
So here nothing. See system.out.println. So what we are doing, what we need to see like this, we need to see. This is the output I want to see. Okay. So the decimal literal, the value, the octal literal, the value, and hexadecimal, the value. And in between, I need to put comma, right? For each and every, what you call pattern. Okay. I want to put comma, right? So that's what finally I want to see as output, right? So for that, what I need to know right now, this is what? Decimal literal. This is what? String, right? So that's what I put string. How can we put string within double quote, right? I put double quote, right? And after that, just I want to give some space. And after that, I want to put column. So that's why I have given space. And after that, I put column. So this is what? Completely string. Up to here, string. Okay. So after that, what I want to add? Value I want to add. Okay. What value? Decimal literal value I want to add. So that's what? This decimal literal. This is what? Variable, right? Just I have added this decimal literal. So decimal literal what? Int. String plus anything will come, will be, what is the output? String plus anything. Okay. By default, it will be string only. If you want to concat any value to string, so the by default output will be string only. Understand? Okay. So that's what. So this comes, all are comes under string. Okay. Here 10 also we appended. So after that, what we need, what we want to see again, comma I want to see, and after that some space. So that's what, comma, space, and octal literal. This is the message I want to see. I put octal literal and colon, right? Colon and up up to this one what? String, right? Again, here what is the other value? Other type value? Ocт literal. 511. Oct literal means what? Int type. So that's what I put plus oct literal. This is not int type, right? Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not a string type, right? Only string value we need to keep under double quote. But this is what oct literal what? Int value. So that's what I put octint. I'm appending that int value. And after that what? Again, I want to see hexadecimal. Okay. Hexadecimal means what? It is a string type, right? So that's what I put hexadecimal. I want to see this content, right? That's what hexadecimal. Again, here hexa let means what? Int value. Okay. That's what for int value I'm putting plus int value. So finally we will see like this.
But
Take
it
it.
is coming like hexadecimal cannot be resolved to variables.
Hmm?
For my output, it is coming as hexadecimal cannot be resolved to a variable.
Cannot be resolved as a variable. See, something might be you put something wrong. 0x something, see all these things. I will give you this program after completion of class, verify. Okay, just cross check your program. Then you will notify. Okay, guys. So what we discussing? Yeah. So I think no need to add, or you want me to add, guys? Already we discussed, right? So while discussing data types only, we will discuss. Okay, for every integral type, by default treated as a int type. Okay, so if you want to explicitly, okay, assign to long value, long type, what we need to keep? We need to suffix with small l or capital L. Okay, right, guys? So no need to explain, right? Come on.
Yeah.
You can write your own, right? That point already we discussed, I think. Don't forget. Or you want me to explain the point what we discussed now? No need, right? Hello?
Yeah, no need.
No need, right? Okay. And that so whenever we are assigning integral literal to the byte variable, and if the value is within the range of byte, then compiler automatically treats it as a byte value. Similarly for short literal also, right? No need to put extra. I mean, we no need to suffix with any SR small b, guys. Here what I'm saying, byte b equal to something, guys. Byte b is equal to what it is here? 10 I'm putting. Okay, here 10 is what by default? Integral value. So, but I'm assigning byte. But what is the 10 value here? Within the range of byte. So automatically compiler will treat as a byte value. Okay, for this, no need to suffix with b like this. Understand? That's what I'm trying to say here. So in the same way for short also. But long, yes, we need to define. But long, let me put long x is equal to 10 I am putting. Here what we will get compile time error.
Compile time.
Okay, here what found 10 in required long. Like that we will get possible loss of precision. So in order to fix this issue, what we need to put? We need to put
Small L.
we need to suffix small l or capital L, guys. Okay. So then only, okay, it will treat as a long value. Okay. Yeah. Hope you guys completed that point. I think if any people write that. Next one, what, guys? Next one is floating point literals. Integral literals completed. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, floating point literals. Tell me what are the floating point literals, guys? How many data types we have to represent floating points?
Float and double.
Float and double, right? So by default, every floating point literal is what type, guys? By default, every integral literal is what type?
Float.
Huh? By
Float.
default, every integral literal is what type?
Int
Int type.
type.
In the same way, by default, every floating point literal is of what type, guys?
Float.
Double, sir.
Double type. Okay. If you want to explicit, okay, if you want to explicit, I mean specifically for floating point, what we need to do? We need to suffix with small f. Okay, then only it will consider as a floating point literal, right? So that's what we discussed, right? While discussing float and double. By default, tell me. By default, every floating point literal is of double type, right? Double type. But we can specify, okay, explicitly as float type. How? By suffixed, okay? Tell me, suffixed with, tell me guys, small f or capital F, right? Okay, so by default, double type. Okay, let me write something. Float, float f is equal to, I'm writing, tell me guys, 123 dot something. Okay, 356 or something I'm writing, guys. 456 or 356 something. Let me write 765. Anything. Okay, this is what, guys? Floating point literal. Okay, floating point literal. Okay, so here, so do you see any error here? Float f is equal to 123.765. I have written. Do you see any error here?
Yes.
What is the error, guys? Compile time error we will see. What type of compile time error we will see? Possible loss of precision, found double, required float. Why it is? By default, every floating point literal is what type? Double type. Okay. Double is what? 8 bytes. Float is what? 4 bytes. We cannot assign, right? 8 bytes value to 4 bytes value, 4 bytes data type. So that's what we are getting possible loss of precision. Already we discussed, right? Take that example, rice and bag, 10 kg rice and 5 kg bag, rice bag. Okay. The same way. Here what? Possible loss of precision, found double, required float. Okay. How can we fix this one? How can we convert this as a float value? Just we need to
By
suffix with
adding f.
capital F or small f. Understand, guys? Okay. Just test it, okay, in Eclipse. Okay. Next one. If you want, just I'm writing double, guys. Double d equals to, I'm writing some value. The same value I'm writing. Let's suppose 7.765 I'm writing. Okay. So if you want, so what is this one? This is valid or invalid?
Valid.
Valid. Why? Because 123.765 means what? By default, it is a double type. So double value I'm assigning to double type. Then no issue. Okay. If you want, you can keep small d also. Okay. If you want, you can keep double d also here, where you can suffix with small d and capital D. So this is also treated as what? Double type. But no need, guys. For double, no need. Because by default is a double type. Okay. Understand or not?
Understand, sir.
Okay. So now I'm giving one example, guys. Double Okay, double D equals to, I'm giving 123 dot, okay, 456 I'm giving. Is it tell me valid or invalid? Come on,
Valid.
valid. Now, double, okay, I'm giving same, double D equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 dot, 4, 5, 6 I'm giving. Tell me, is it valid or invalid?
Valid. It is an octal decimal. Invalid
Tell me.
agent, sir. Okay. Same value I'm giving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why I need to change? Tell me. Tell me which one is valid, which one is not valid.
All are valid, sir.
Who is that? Pavani, huh?
Yes, sir.
Why it is valid?
Just it is taking octal value and hexadecimal value. That's it, sir. Double type octal value and hexadecimal value.
So octal and hexadecimal, is it applicable for floating point literals?
Only for integer literals.
Octal and decimal, octal and hexadecimal applicable for only for integral, not for floating point. Okay, the first one is valid.
Okay, sir.
The remaining two are invalid, guys. Why? We can specify floating point literals only in decimal form, guys, and we cannot specify in octal and hexadecimal form. Understand? Okay. Let me write.
Sir.
So now here I am writing, guys. Tell me what are the which point we discuss now? We can specify, okay, floating point literals only in decimal form. Okay, and we cannot specify in octal and hexadecimal form, right?
Yes, sir.
Understand, guys? So this octal and hexadecimal only applicable for integral literals, guys, not for floating point literals. If you are trying to assign any octal floating value to this, this floating data type, you will see compile time errors. Okay, it is treated as what? Decimal only, but not octal. If you assign this one, it will treat it as decimal only. Okay, understand? Not for it will not act as for octal. What you call octal. We can assign integral literal directly to the floating point data type, and that, let me write it, guys. Okay, let me experiment here. You will see then. I may need to see like this. Okay, so now, okay, let me. I'm using these three, right? Let me uncomment this one. Okay. So now this one. Here I'm writing float, right? Instead of int, what I need to write? Or you want me to put another one? Huh? For your reference, it will be good, right? If I'm keeping. Let me write one more variable. Okay. Tell me what is that? Float. Float or double? We'll take double. Double. Let me write OCT let. OCT let I'm right. Let me write. Okay, I'm taking the same one. OCT let is equal to tell me what is the value? 123.456, huh? Right? Let me uncomment this one. Comment it. Okay. No. See OCT literal. Okay. OCT literal I'm seeing now. Let me put double What is that one? X, right? X liter. Just I'm using the same variable, guys. Okay, for this double also. What you want me to put? 0x 153.456. Huh? See what it is saying? Invalid X literal number. Okay. So directly this one directly we cannot assign, guys. Because what 0x we putting, right? So that's why. Okay. So let me put 0 now. 0 we can assign. See. 0 we are assigning. Okay. So now X liter. So what is the value we need to see here? We just changed OCT lit, right? We commented that previous OCT lit. Now we are changing OCT lit. Okay. Here OCT lit. Octal literal value only we will see. The remaining all are same. Java application. See, it is printing same 123.456. It is not converting into octal form. Understand, guys? It is not converting into octal form. So the value what we are assigning here 123.456. So we are getting the same because what before decimal if you put 0, so there is no meaning, there is no value added, right? Hello, mathematics. Okay, guys, understand or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Understood? See here I am trying to add only octal literal. Okay, we have octal literal, right? For that octal literal only I want to see. Here I am adding for octal literal variable, I am adding this octal value. Okay, in floating point. Octal floating point value I am adding. Okay, so what we just know what we discussed for floating point only decimal values only allowed. Octal and hexadecimal. Come on, guys.
Not allowed.
Not
You can
allowed.
specify only floating point literals. What we discussed just now.
We cannot specify octal and hexadecimal and floating point.
Yeah, we can specify floating point literals only in decimal form, and we cannot specify in octal and hexadecimal form. So here, see, this is what octal form, right? 0 means.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you see the value, what it is printing, the
Same
same
value.
value it is printing. Okay, it is not converting into octal form.
Octal.
Why? For floating point only
Not applicable.
decimal value only allowed. Okay, and octal and hexadecimal is not allowed. See here, even that hexadecimal, your compile time itself you are getting error. You cannot assign. Understand? This is what 0x. 0x means what? Hexadecimal form, right? See, we are not able to assign hexadecimal value to double type. We are getting compile time error here. Understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
That means I'm commenting. Okay. So these examples just after completion of class, go and do, guys. Okay. Some exercise. Okay. So like literals and hexadecimal, octadecimal, for floating point, for integral type. Just try to add few things. Okay. Few values, hexa values and decimal values, octal literal values, and see what is the output you are getting finally. Okay, guys. Here, see why we are assigning here. There is no compile time error. It is showing. Okay, so we can assign integral literal directly to the floating point data type, and that integral literal can be specified either in octal or hexadecimal or decimal form. Understand, guys? The floating point we have, right? Floating point data types. So we can assign integral literals directly to the floating point data types, guys. Understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Just remember, guys, that's it. These points, just remember. Okay. So we can assign
Tell me. You can assign integral literal. Integral literal directly to the floating
point.
Floating point data types, right? Floating point data types, and that integral literal can be specified either in decimal, octal, or hexadecimal. Understand what I'm saying here?
Yes, sir.
You can assign integral literal directly to the floating point data types, and that integral literal can be specified either in decimal, octal, or hexadecimal. So how can we specify integral literals, guys? There are 3 ways, right? One is decimal form, another one is octal form, other one is hexadecimal form, right? So for floating point data types, we can assign integral literal values. So we will see, okay. So what is the, what you call, automatical convert types? Okay, we will see. So we have defining these 8 data types, right? So which one automatically converted to other type? We will see that pattern also. Okay. So before that, so here just remember, we can assign, okay, integral literal values to floating data types directly. Okay, we don't have any issues, guys. So what I'm saying here, if I write here, if I write here what double, okay, double d equals to, I'm assigning 10 value, guys. Is it valid or not? Double, okay, d equals to, I'm assigning 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I'm assigning double d equals to, okay, 0x a f e c b c b. I'm assigning. Okay, is it valid or not? Tell me the first one valid or invalid?
Valid.
The second one?
Not valid.
Valids.
Why not valid, Vignesh? See the above comment. What we discussed now?
0.
See the above comment. What we discussed now? What I have written over there? We can assign integral literal directly to the floating point data types, and that integral literal can be specified either in decimal form, octal form, or hexadecimal form. What it is mean? So we can assign every integral type value, integral type literal to the floating point data type directly.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether it in decimal form, either in octal form, either it is in hexadecimal form. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Just after completion of the class, just try to do some examples, guys. Open Eclipse. So try to assign these values to floating point C. Okay. Okay. But now, if I am assigning int x is equal to, okay, 1, 2, 3 dot 4, 5, 6, just I'm assigning. Is it valid? Come on, guys. Is it valid? Hello.
Valid, sir.
Valid,
Not
huh?
valid, sir.
Why not valid?
Data type. Yeah, data type.
Okay. Here we are trying to assigning floating point literal to the int data type. Understand? Floating point literal to the int data type. Okay. So vice versa is, okay, not possible, guys. We can assign integral literal values to the floating point data type, that is valid. Remember, we can assign integral literal values to the floating point data types. That is valid. But we cannot assign floating point literal values to the integral data types. Understand? We cannot assign floating point literals to the integral data types. Okay, this is what invalid. Remember this point. Okay, we will see. Okay, how it is, why it is, we will see. But as of now, just remember. Understand? But we cannot assign floating point literal to the integral types. Okay.